Before this video starts, I want to give a massive shout out to all my channel members. If you want to receive a shout out, then become a channel member today and you'll be shown on screen like all these other channel members here. Anyways, enjoy the video. In version 15.3, we get to see the addition of a brand new Ultra Form, this being the Ultra Form of Cat Quest heroes, and in this video, I want to go over what they had gotten to see if it improves on their kit. In order to get this Ultra Form, you need 2 red and purple behemoth gems as well as a golden calf root seed. The talents present in the footage include Dodge, Toxic Immunity, as well as both stat talents. Before we start, like, comment, subscribe, the whole ordeal. In order to get a better understanding of the additions Cat Quest heroes had received, let's take a look at their stats. Cat Quest heroes gained a 19% boost to their health, going from 134,000 health to 160,000 health. Their backswing was reduced from 6.93 seconds to 6.27 seconds, meaning they attack ever so slightly faster. Their LD went from 200 to 575 range to 200 to 650 range. They also gained a 100% chance to spawn an explosion at 350 range, and they gained wave immunity. Their increase in health is pretty decent, as it gives them more survivability when in conjunction with their weaken being able to increase their effective health by a lot. This is especially so if paired with the dodge talent. Their LD now stretching to 650 is mainly meant to allow them to hit incoming enemies, or hit higher range enemies that are normally just out of reach sometimes. Still a decent boost to letting them get hits off more reliably. The biggest thing by far added in this Ultra Form is their explosion. This effectively doubles their damage output at the epicenter of their area attack, now letting them deal 96,000 damage or 115,000 damage with attack talents. In terms of DPS, when combined with their slight time reduction on backswing now gives them 11k DPS or 13,000 DPS with talents. This boosts their damage output to surprisingly impressive levels for an LD Uber, allowing them to quickly snipe a ton of enemies with little to no issue. Their 71 second cooldown and relatively cheap cost of 3450 means you can easily get multiple out depending on the stage. The explosion also adds to their crowd controlling abilities, since it takes some time to spawn the explosion in the first place, thereby giving Cat Quest heroes more weaken uptime. At the epicenter of the explosion, the weaken uptime against relics is now 65.7%, while for the rest of their targets is bumped to 77.7%. While outside of the 275 to 425 range, the damage becomes weaker, but in most spots, the weaken uptime becomes better. At the highest uptime, between 525 to 625 range, the uptime against relics becomes 77.7% and against non-relics jumps to 89%. This effectively means they can keep some backliners, most notably Professor A and Loki, weaker for most of their uptime. Their wave immunity is also a nice bonus to their kit, as it gives them more flexibility in mixed stages. Against their targets, this improves their matchup against Toucan, Berserkori, Honeywanwan, and Bunbun Symbiote. This immunity also allows them to be useful for rematches against Masked Grandmaster Cat, as his weaken can make dealing with both the boss and the little Bunbun easier. Speaking of rematching Masked Grandmaster Cat, however, since this unit needs a golden calf root seed to evolve, it is something that should not be done so quickly, as Infernal Tower floor 30 is the only place you can get them. This also means that you have to weigh your options before deciding to go for this Ultra Form. Also, the use of 15 Dark Cat's Eyes is a bit pricey to get this Ultra Form. Despite all the ups this Ultra Form brings to them, they still sport quite a few glaring issues. The main one being their relatively low standing range of 350. This range stat, and with the lack of extra defensive capabilities outside of their weaken, still means they're a lot more vulnerable compared to most other Ubers. It also makes it so a ton of threats that you would want to use them on, such as Dianel thanks to the wave immunity, can still tear them apart. This issue could have easily been remedied if, instead of adding 75 extra piercing range, they could have given them 75 extra standing range, as to have the ability to actually stay at a safe distance from a ton of major backliners. So, how good is Cat Quest Heroes Ultra Form? Well, this Ultra Form is pretty solid, giving them double damage with explosion is nice. It also acts as a way to boost the weaken uptime, and the fact that it can hit nearly 100% uptime in some spots is very nice. Their wave immunity is also a nice addition to make them more flexible in some stages. Is this Ultra Form worth it generally? Not really. The value gained from it isn't enough to justify the golden calf root seed it takes, especially when there are other Ultra Forms that cost a gold seed that go the extra mile in some buffs. Though if you enjoy using Cat Quest heroes, then this Ultra Form gives them a nice, solid boost to their kit. With all that said, I want to thank you for watching this analysis of Cat Quest Heroes Ultra Form. If you thought this insight was interesting, then be sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy Battle Cats content, and comment down below your thoughts on them. I'd love to hear what you all think. Also, shout out to the following channel members: Dr. Deadly, Gomet, Virus Apero, Just a Shark, Gross Cat the Ultra, Potato King, Atsushi, King Wolf, Glamorous, Barely Grover, Jade Rabbit, Janet Altenberg, Tentacle Gaming, I May Be Dumb, I'm Too Few, Alex Dudurex, and Carlos Fabian for being silver members or higher. If you want to receive a shout out like these channel members here, then become a silver member or higher today. Becoming a channel member supports what I do in a way that helps keep the lights on and allows me to continue making content for all of you to watch. Anyways, I hope you have a wonderful day.